Hello everybody, I am Buck WSR Weezer and I welcome you to the graveyard of bygone lawnmowers. I suppose graveyard is too harsh a term because these are just different mowers that need some kind of work or repair, and it's a matter of when I can get around to it. So maybe the analogy would be more of an emergency room where you're waiting for a doctor. Either way, today I've got a project that I want to investigate on this mower here, the Craftsman mower with the Briggs & Stratton engine. We're going to be working on this today. I'm actually going to open up the motor and look inside because I feel like there is something going on inside of it that may be broken. I was given this mower after it had run over a stump. I thought by resetting the flywheel with a new flywheel key, we'd be good to go. I got it running a little bit, but there's still a problem with it. And I fear there's something internal going on. As such, the mower is probably scrap, or at least the engine is. So if we can't fix it, we're gonna at least open it up and take a look inside for our own education and learning. So let's work on this together. I'm going to start by taking off the shroud, the starter assembly, gas tank, air cleaner assembly. Then we'll remove the engine from the machine. So I'm going to remove all this top stuff and then I'll bring you back in when we take the engine off of the mower. Okay, so we're up on the table here and we're going to unbolt the engine from the bottom. We got 1, 2, and over here's number 3, 9/16" bolts. Take them out. Right. I got the wrong size. It must be 1/2 inch. Don't go anywhere. Now let's try that. Two. Better hold on at this point. And there's 3. Let's lower this guy. And we can lift this guy out of here. There it is. All right, good job. I want to drain the oil. This engine has no drain plug, so I'm just going to pull out the dipstick and we'll dump it out right here. Actually put the dipstick back in to keep dirt from getting in there. All right, now we're ready to take it apart. This blade adapter will have to come off. Hopefully that won't be too much of a challenge. Or it might be. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Getting this off was a much more trouble than I expected or hoped. It was frozen on there pretty good. I eventually had to make use of the 2-jaw gear puller, and not a little bit of banging, quite a bit. Also, this pulley that runs your self-propelled feature kind of broke off too. Well, it doesn't really much matter for our purposes, right? We want to get inside this thing. So the next thing we need to do is remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, looks like 7 3/8" bolts. And we will do that. And crack it open. Uno. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's it, right? Okay. Okay, it splits right in here. Let's see if we can break that open a little bit. Bring you around this way to take a look. Tap it a little bit. There it goes. Oil leaking at the bottom, so let's just put a rag down there. It's inevitable. Oh yeah, I've got a feeling I already see what's going on in there. I'm taking a peek in there. Might be that plastic governor gear. But let's get it off and take a better look. Alright, well maybe not. This is misaligned from our governor gear. I don't know. So far I don't see any major issues. This was kind of off to the side there like that. This nub should be sitting right, can't see what I'm doing. This was sitting off to the side. Don't know if that happened when I took it apart. But this doesn't seem to me like it should be able to slide like that. Don't see anything majorly amiss beyond that. This guy doesn't appear to be broken. No teeth missing off our gears. Crankshaft looks okay. I think when the oil pan is installed, this would be more secured up here, not flopping around. So I may not be looking at any problems here really at all. Just making some observations. All right, let's take a look a little bit closer. When we line up the notch in this gear on the crankshaft and this space on the camshaft, we're able to remove this. So here's the camshaft, and I was doing a little research here. This is a $45 part. I really think this compression release is working properly. But one problem that people have sometimes with these is because this is plastic with plastic lobes, camshaft lobes on a metal stud, metal bar, is that this wheel, this gear, because it's made of plastic, will strip out and spin. I don't see evidence that that's happened. I really don't think there's a problem here, and I'm concluding that there really was nothing wrong inside the engine. I'm going to put it back together and see if I can try just one more thing. So let's put it back together and then I'll show you what I want to do. So what I had hoped to do is, so I'm putting the engine back together, mounted it back onto the machine. I want to increase the gap, the air gap, between the magneto and the flywheel. Normally we use a standard business card. And I heard that opening the gap just a little bit might actually help with that problem we were having. So I'm going to put in 2 business cards as we set this flywheel. So put the cards in, and we will turn it so the magnet is there towards the flywheel and allow it to pull the magneto into it. And then we'll tighten down these bolts here. And what that is going to do is just open up the air gap just a little bit for us, and hopefully that will take care of the might help take care of the problem that we were dealing with. Okay, well, we've got the engine put back together, mounted on the mower. All that remains is to fire it up. Here it runs. Alright, that does sound pretty good. I'm really happy with that. So that wraps up our work on this particular Briggs & Stratton engine, and turned out not to be any internal engine damage after all. I think the biggest trick was resetting the air gap between the flywheel and the magneto, and that resolved some of that bucking and jerking that made you feel like there was an issue with the timing. I learned a lot from opening it up. Hopefully you did too. This engine is one I've used in a number of other videos. You can feel free to check them out on my channel. The muffler had come off and the bolts were broke, so we fixed that. We installed a new carburetor, and yeah, so the main thing is it's back in service and is no longer relegated to the junkyard of bygone mowers, and that's the main thing. I want to thank you for watching and encourage you to leave a comment or a question and check out some of my other videos. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.